Hey everybody, this is Speak on This YouTube channel where I just come in speak on different issues. Now I got the Bayonetta playing in the background for those who don't. That's a video game, popular video game character. So I'm just having it in the background because I was playing it earlier. But I wanted to talk about this situation and just give my uh, 2 cents on it, and which I'm gonna be doing with this channel. Speak on This YouTube. So Ciara in Future. The title of this video is going to be Ciara and Future. Why it's better to have a wife than a baby mama. Now, to give a little backstory, because I don't know, many people might not know who Future is, might not know who Ciara is. Anyway, Future is a rapper. Um, you probably heard of multiple of some very successful rapper. I personally could care less for his music, but there's a bunch of people that do. Ciara was was an R&B. Well, she still is technically an R&B singer, but she was way more famous in the early 2000s. Yeah, I mean, you could go look at a bunch of videos. You can see why she was very famous. Very nice by and a great dancer. So, and she was an okay singer. She had some hits though. So, um, probably like 3, 4 years ago, they were her and Future were in a relationship. She got pregnant. Then they got engaged, and then for whatever reason they broke it off. Maybe it was Future cheating. I didn't really get the clear indication what happened, but for whatever reason they broke up. And Ciara went on to date Russell Wilson. Now, if y'all don't know who Russell Wilson is, he is the quarterback of the world champion Seattle Seahawks. So they got together, and she almost immediately brought Future's son around Russell Wilson. Not necessarily the best thing, but it happened. What can you go for? Future wasn't happy about it because uh, because you don't want your kid around a new guy. But again, I'll talk about that in a minute. Why I think that's kind of you have no control of that. But I'll explain that in a minute. So, so Sierra and Russell they got together. They end up getting married. And they have a child together, him and her. Meanwhile, Sierra has been online. She's interviews where she said, "Well, Future's just a good dad. He don't spend enough time with the child." And then Future was like, "Well, she keeps keeping me from the kid. She's too controlling. Drama, drama, drama." So recently, he did an interview where it was just like he's just whining, complaining about the fact that Sierra keeps bringing his name up, and he took shots at Russell, saying Russell ain't a real man. He don't control her. He don't tell her to shut up. If she was with me, I would be like, you can't talk about this guy and all kinds of guy, all this, just whining and bitching about stuff. So I'm gonna break down some of the points that he was making, and this is gonna help. This is going to explain my position on why it's better to have a wife than a baby mama. Now, one of the things Future was talking about is that the fact that Sierra is kind of keeping his son away from him. Well, dude, you're not with it anymore. If you wanted to keep the family together keep the son, you would have stayed with her, but you didn't because again, you made her into a baby mama instead of a wife. So yeah, she's probably gonna have some mixed feelings about that. He also was saying, well, you know, she didn't introduce me to Russell before she started dating him, and she put my kid in front of him before we got together, and now she wanted me to meet him now, and I'm like, I don't want to meet this guy. The damage been done. Well, yeah, was it too early for her to be introducing your son around Russell? Yes, but here's the problem. She's your baby mama, not your wife. Once you break up with her, bro, you have no control of who she date. You don't have control over that. She could be dating anybody. It's just like when you roll that dice. You be rolling the dice. You be like, I hope she meets somebody good. Seven. Ooh, shoot, she's meeting this guy. He's treating my kid good. He married her. Everything's good. 11. Oh, dude, she's raising my kid by herself. She's not dating nobody. She's not having dudes around my kid. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, craps. She just made a dude who was arrested multiple times for messing with kids. Craps. This dude, she left my kid around this dude, and this dude is beating the shit out of my kid. Craps. He just killed my kid. Oh, craps. She just left my kid by himself or herself while she ran off with this other nigga. See, the point of this is when you make somebody a baby mama, you are hoping, you're hoping that she will treat your kid right. You're hoping. You're hoping because you don't know how she feel about you. There's some chicks who will take uh, out their frustrations with you on your kid. Now, say this is what happening with Ciara and Russell over there with Future Junior. For all accounts, Russell seemed to be treating him just like his son, like he's a stepdad. You you rolled the dice. You got a 7 with that, because Ciara was smart enough to get with somebody who is stable, somebody who's been married before. He knows how to be in a family setting. He comes from a two-parent home. He knows how to be a husband. So she picked somebody who could be a husband. Because you wasn't going to do it, Future. I'm sorry. He wasn't going to do Future wasn't going to do it. Because he can't say no to ass. He can't say no to ass. So she she got with somebody who can say no to ass. At least appearance wise. Now what Russell does in the dog, you don't know. We don't know. So he made another comment that, yeah, Russell should tell her to shut up and stop talking about me. Talking about me and about my kid. Well, I hate to break it to you, dude. You may have a little point, but here's the other issue. If Ciara has a problem with you and how you spending time with your kid, guess what? Russell don't have any Russell don't have any say in that because it's your kid. Just like you whine him because he didn't come talk to you about your kid. Now you're telling him, oh well, he should. I'll take care of the kid. Homie, it's your kid. What do you want? And this is what guys do. They're like, you want the guy to take care of the kid, but then you don't want him to take care of the kid. What you want? Again, if she's your baby mama, you hoping, you rolling that dice again. You're hoping that she getting a decent dude. And if he's a decent dude, you know, yes, it'd be nice if he would contact you. But sometimes, guess what? Sometimes you got to make that connection. See, the thing y'all d- dudes do is that you wait for the woman to initiate stuff. Stop waiting for that female to initiate anything. It's your kid. You should have been the one like in Future's case. Future should have been the one to reach out to Ciara. Hey Ciara, look, I know you dating Russell, but I want to talk to him because I want to make sure my kid is straight. Or you should have went to Russell directly and be like, hey Russell, hey, I know you dating Ciara here, but that's my kid. Can we have a conversation? He could have easily done that, but instead he chose not to. Instead, he want to whine and bitch and moan about what Russell ain't doing. Why are you whining about what a grown man is doing in their relationship? Even when they first got together, he and ha ha about the fact that they waiting for marriage. Well, maybe if you would have waited for marriage like they did and they had the kid, maybe the relationship would have went better. But again, he wasn't a relationship type of dude. So you can't play trying to be in a relationship when you really just want to fuck. That's his fault. So whatever happens with your kid, you just hope she would treat your kid right. You would hope that she would treat your kid right. But like I said, you rolling that dice. And so then he was talking about, Future was talking about, well, if I want my kid to be around people to coach him, I could have had him around LeBron. I could have had him around some other people. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, hold up. So you want to just drag your kid to go see LeBron when your kid is around Russell Wilson, who has access to all different types of coaches, all different types of players in the NFL that he can get signatures, he can get training if he decides to go into football. I mean, what kind of sense does that make? I don't. That's like a dude. He's like, if if the stepdad, let's just say the kid wanted to get into NASA, and his father, the stepfather, works at NASA. And you're the dad, baby daddy, be like, oh no no no, I'm gonna take him to this school so he can learn math. So he had to apply to go to NASA instead of using the stepfather who worked for NASA who can get him in there. Do that make any kind of sense? That don't even make sense. And this is some dudes do that. And again, look, when you have a baby mama, this is the shit that happens. She may not make the best decision in dating. She You hope she's a decent chick, but if you just pumping and dumping and not caring what mentality she have, guess what? You're gonna end up with a chick that is might pick some dude who may be decent, but she might pick some dude who is the worst. I mean, I've heard on the news that this chick left this her kid with this guy, and next thing you know, the kid's dead because this guy who got problems couldn't deal with the kid crying or nothing. And the baby daddy is just like he's sobbing and crying but dude, you pumped and dumping the wrong chick. You taking a chance. Same with Future. I mean, I don't know why Future is bitching because, dude, as far as I know, Russell don't have no issues as far as abusing children. He's not a pedophile. He treats Future son like his own. I mean, so I don't know what your big deal, but the big deal is really is Ciara because he can't control her. He can't control his kid. He can't control the access to his kid. She does. And now when she with Russell, he can't roll up on there and be like, "Hey, I want to see my kid." Russell be like, "Hold up, bro. This is my house." He can't dictate what she do with his kid because he don't have no power. So all he can do is go on interviews, whine and bitch and moan, go back to court. Listen, there's two ways he can handle this. He could just pay a lump sum of child support and just be like, "I'm done," or he can go sign some papers that would let Russell adopt his son and be like, "I'm done," and you could do it that way. But if he's not gonna do anything, if he's not gonna try to go for full custody, that means you're gonna have to go get a private investigator and go find some dirt on them so you can use in court. You're probably not gonna find them because, for all intents and purposes, Sierra's a good mom. All intents and purposes, Russell Wilson is a good person, and he's probably a good dad to his son that he has with her, and probably a good dad to your son, Future. So, so he's you know he's in he's in a lose lose situation because one, there's no dirt to find, and two, let's be honest, he's not the best person as far as a judge gonna be looking at him like, hmm. So this kid is with a in a loving marriage with a guy who, public image wise, is he's a great dude. He's got a ton of money, stable, and I'm gonna give this kid to a dude who's got baby mamas everywhere, who talks about smoking weed and getting drunk all the time, and he don't see the kid as much as he should because he's touring because he have to tour, otherwise the money gone. Yeah, you try to sell that to the judge. So again, unless he gets some dirt on them, he ain't got no leg to stand on. He's stuck. So all he can do is bitch and moan, go to court when she drag him into court, and unless he gives away his parental rights, he could do that. Other than that, he just stuck. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. But this lesson here should teach dudes. Listen, if you look, I'm not telling you to be a monogamous person. I'm not the moral police. I'm not telling you not to have multiple women. I'm not telling you that. But if you know what type of chick wants to have a relationship to with you, and you want to have a you want the best possible situation, do not have a baby with her until you get married. Now, if you don't want to get married to her, you just want to pump and dump, that's fine too. But don't drop a baby in her, because again, if you drop a baby in her, now guess what? You rolling that dice, and you're just hoping. I hope she finds something good. I hope she finds a good dude to take be around my kid. I hopes, I hopes. And you're rolling that dice. You hope you're hitting that 7. Hoping you get that 11. And but sometimes when you roll that dice, you be hoping, but she gets somebody who may be worse than you are. Then what you gonna do? Go to court? Then you gotta have your court money. You gotta have your lawyer money. And the real reason why most dudes really can't get those kids, because you don't have no lawyer money. You don't have money to fight the case. So you just stuck out. So in the end of the day, y'all, it's better to have a wife than a baby mama. Because if you have a wife, you can control who your kid gonna be around. If you have a baby mama, you can't control who should be around unless you get custody. And then you gonna have to fight, 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 fight. It'll cost you less money in the end to have a wife than to have a baby mama. And that is it for on this thing here. I have spoke on YouTube. I'm done.